And we are back live. Ayen, that you already saw yesterday, but this time it will be for another task, which is like the first Prince of Persia. So yeah, how are you, Ayen?
All good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. So yeah, take it over.
Yeah. So for some reason we streamed Prince of Persia 2 yesterday, and now we're going backwards, and we are going to see the task for the original game, which is Prince of Persia 1. Well, for the PC. And before I talk anything about it, I want to have a nice round of applause to Sony Racer, Token, everyone who organized this because you're making a fantastic job, and this has been a blast so far as a viewer mostly, but also yesterday was also a lot of fun and seamless execution, I would say. So I'm very happy that you did it. So this task changed my year. So this year was looking a little bit boring, but when I came into the community and as a glitch hunter, I started looking for new ways to improve using cheat engine, these techniques, debugging, trying to look at the maps of the game, trying to look for opportunities, glitches, whatever. And it started to grow on me. New people came with the new ideas. Crank came with the idea of using a bot. I took that over from him. I stole the idea and I worked for months, let's say, developing this bot to run in multiple computers in parallel, super efficiently. And right now, at this point, we have produced a task that is as the fastest we can have ever seen this game solved. Basically, the game consists of 14 levels essentially that need to be solved in 60 minutes, such that if you don't do it in 60 minutes, your princess dies or whatever happens to her. And we managed to solve this game in basically a fifth of the time, so 12 minutes and 8 seconds. Our current calculations is that we can improve this to 12 minutes and 3 seconds with perfect RNG, but I think next time you will see me or you will see anything related to the Prince of Persia 1 task, we will have uh, broken the 12-minute mark. So if anyone is interested in collaborating with the development of the bot, the routing bot that we are using to explore an infinity of possibilities and try to look for glitches systematically, please take a look at this because if any help is appreciated. Sub 12 exists. We haven't not seen it yet, but don't. We will see it soon. I do believe it, and I'm still working on it. It's still work in progress, and we are learning new things day after day. I took a hiatus for a couple months, but now I'm back and I'm full throttle, trying to look for better ways to improve the performance of the bot and also look for other opportunities to exploit the game. So there are 14 levels. The first one is, as you perhaps you know, the introduction, where you are dropped into the jail and you need to escape. This level has been, oh, and let me play it, proven to be the fastest possible way to solve it. We restart at the beginning, we do some bunny hops, we jump, we break the loose tile, we run towards the guard, we jump, we skip him, we open the exit door, we turn the sound off such that the music doesn't play, we taunt the guard a little bit, this is just for playing around, and we exit the level. This is the fastest way, exactly 20. Oh, okay, I forgot the number, but it's exactly as fast as it can go. Proven completely by brute force. Second level, before second level, there is a copyright screen that the people from TAS videos asked me to include. Normally, we don't have this in the RTA runs, but anyway. And with RNG manipulation, we make it such that the very first potion that you drink is the one that opens the door, and then we are out. So this is also proven to be as fast as possible. There's no better way to do this. And now level 2 is one of the largest, but we skip the guards. So here's where the combat system is introduced and some traps. And you're supposed to beat the guards, but we just jump away from them. Second guard appears here, and we try not to deal with him too much. This card is actually very complicated to get the RNG right, but for the bot, it hasn't been too much of a problem. Third card comes next. he is also utterly ignored. Bye-bye. He's just left there wandering. This bounce against this wall is specifically a specific frame such that there's no pain or there's no an animation that when you bump, it's just it pushes the wall and stays there, and then we can continue to the next card. This card is also completely ignored. Bye-bye. And here we do a trick, whereas in a specific frame, if you run over these spikes, you don't get hurt. Otherwise, you die. Now we continue to the last part of the level. We have to take this loose tile down. We check the hit, but we don't get hurt. We don't get animation for getting hurt because we're jumping. And then we have to press that tile to open the exit door. Do this little walking in the air to jump back and then exit the level. There's another guard to the right, but he doesn't matter. Level 3 is also one of the largest ones in the run, and this is the only level that has not been cracked in any way. There's no glitches here that we have exploited. It's a shame. It's one of the true holy grails of the game, I would say. This level has been not exploited in any way. It's just perfect execution, but to a degree that any runner can do it. So any runner with a yes, this TAS is played on the version 1.0. Okay, no, not 1.4. I forgot the reason why now, but it was a matter of RNG. So the bot is uses an open source version of the game to analyze positions, and this version is inspired, quote unquote, in the 1.0 version. And then when we apply this to JRPC, which is the emulator, which only supports 1.0 for some reason, for some blaster emulation, then we had no other option. Here we restart. Let me replay that in case you missed it. When we get to this point, the game gives you a checkpoint that you can restart, and we take that opportunity and we restart to skip 2 frames. Instead of going, we just restart. We go over this pile of bones, which are completely innocuous, past the jumper, and these motions here seem very simple, but are completely optimized to reduce frames. Open the exit door while turning, and then turning back and getting this nice, how would say, artificial movement by climbing very far from where the actual climb is. Back again through the jumper, and then the pile of bones turn into a skeleton, and we get hit because that pushes us, and that saves a couple frames as well. This is the only thing that is very hard for players to do. And then we are there at the end of the level. Now magic starts here. This is the moment where the task becomes, for those familiar with the original game, a little bit hard to understand, and also spectacularly broken. Level 4 is perhaps one of the most broken levels. First, what we do is optimize this. You have seen it just a while ago, but this is a way you can optimize it further. You push the guard a little bit and then keep jumping. So we made the guard open the door and then jump through him. We jump through this guard, but then we bring it with us. Why? You will see why. Come with us. We lure him, then we come back, we exit the room, we provoke an integer overflow that sends him to the other room to the right. We go there, and he is here suddenly. We use him to go through the wall and open the exit door. Now the mirror is going to appear where the shadow is created, and when the shadow is created, he disappears, allowing us to come back as fast as possible without having to deal with him again, as you have seen like 2 hours ago. So that's broken. It cannot be more broken. And now level 5, what we do, you have seen this in the Guitar Hero run. We have to lure this guy to help us go through the door to the left, so he has to come with us. When we draw our sword, we can walk outside the screen, and when we walk outside the screen, the collision with doors are not computed, so we can go through it, and then we can skip the whole half of the level basically. Then we ignore the guards again. what's going to happen here is that we are going to also go outside the screen with the help of the guard, and we will activate the exit door via a glitch, so it's pre-open for us. Basically, when we step outside the screen, let me show that again. Why we don't have to hurry. When we go outside the screen, you can hear the exit door being open, but there's no tile here. What happened is that our feet, the back of our feet are pressing tiles that are outside the definition of the level. Basically, garbage in memory. In one of these garbage triggers the opening of the exit door. This doesn't save anything with respect to the original task, but it's cool to have. So that's why it made it into the task. Level 6, pretty much not too much to say. It's the original. This is also proven to be the fastest way to solve this level. We just jump through the guard and have the door push us a little bit, and then jump and then fall a little bit before the shadow. I want to tell you what happens here. You have to observe that the door will push us when we wake up a little bit, and this positions us in the correct pixels, such that when we get to this point, we try to walk back to turn around, and we will want to turn around. One of our feet will step into the void, making us fall faster, 1 frame faster. And this is how we go to the next level faster than just going straight. Level 7 is a legend. By now, is perhaps the most exciting part of the game that that I've been working with. We have hypothesized a skip. So let me go a little bit of lore here, a story about level 7. Level 7 is traditionally very frustrating. It's kind of long, but it's not the longest level of all. It's my personal favorite, even before what happened. And what happened in this level is at some point you have to climb a ledge to meet a guard. Depending on RNG, if this guard is in a good mood, he will let you advance and ignore him. So you can pass him around without any problem. But if he's angry with you, he will hit you before you can do that. Or you can block the hit. But whatever happens, if he hits you or you block the hit, he pushes you back down what you just climbed, making you lose seconds. So many runs were lost in this guard. And I remember Higlak, one of the best runners in PoPRuns, being very frustrated in his stream with this guy. I think this is the original Roberto guard. And he told me when I was glitch hunting, please find a way to solve this problem because I don't want to have any more runs lost with this guy. Basically, it was a half and half probability. I don't remember that you lose your run there. So instead of finding a way to skip Roberto, I found a way to skip the whole level, and first hypothesized that, and then I came with the idea to the community. We started working on it, and then we found a way to do it, but it was slower than the normal strat. And then we applied the original bot by Cram to optimize it and find a way to do it faster than the original run. And when I applied, so this happened at the beginning of this whole story, then I said, if the bot at its infancy could find a way to do it faster, what could happen if we perfect the bot to make it extremely efficient, that we can run it in a supercomputer, find all the possibilities, and what happened as a result is this craziness. I hope you're prepared. So this is normal, we jump here, and here we dance like Michael Jackson with a guard, doing a moonwalking with him outside the screen until he steps on a loose tile and falls. But if he falls, he's gonna die. So before he dies, we get out of the screen. He restarts his fall. He hits us and pushes us through the door, and then we're out. And this is how we skip the whole level. Now we take this potion to fall slowly. We open this door. We open the other door. And we are almost out. Very easy to do, very simple. No one, let's tell the truth. Many runners have done the first version of the skip, which is faster than previous strats. So the world record, a lot of world records came from that. But this later moonwalking Michael Jackson-y strat. No one has done it before. And let me announce here what some of you know, but there is a prize for it. It's a reward. If anyone gets to do this strat live recorded, and we can prove it, then I will send he or she a bottle of Irish whiskey to their home, no cost of delivery. It's all yours, but you have to demonstrate you can do it. And then you will have also, besides the whiskey, you will have the world record for the individual level. So now you know there's a bounty for this trick. It can be done, but it's very hard. Level 8, this is also, as I understand, the longest level in the game before what happened. And what happened is that once we found that we can do crazy stuff with the help of guards, that we can go through walls, we can do all kinds of crazy stuff, we asked ourselves, what can be done in level 8? There are many guards in level 8. It's a 2-minute level. And one of the things that became very apparent to me and to other people as well before, but that's something I learned after, is that the last part of the level where you activate the exit door is right below the room that is currently to our right. So the last part of level 9 was always the longest level. Yeah. So thanks, Bergeron. So the end of this level and the start of this level are connected by are adjacent screens. How can we adjacent, but there are walls and floors? How can we make it such that we can go over these floors and walls and get it straight to the last part of the level? Okay, first thing that we realized, well, we knew this, but that we could do is there is a guard to the left of this screen. What can happen if we just bring him with us? So we say, come with us, he will come, he will oblige. And then the question is, can we send him to the right where the possible skip is? So the problem here is that there is a chasm, there is a hole in the ground now, and he most likely will die if we push him. But what happens miraculously is that no matter what you do, in the most cases, when you push this guy, he will fall conveniently into the door below, diagonally. So he's there waiting for us. Then we jump such that he cannot kill us. And then he's there with us in this room. This room is typically, it seems like a destiny because this room is completely useless. It was there for decoration. So Jordan Mechner put it there just to make, I don't know, to have a feel that there's somewhere you can go without something to do. And to make it even funnier, he put a potion there that takes one of your health away, so it hurts you basically. So this is the most useless room in the whole game. I say it again, this is the most useless room in the whole game. But now, if the guard comes with us and we position ourselves like this and we do some black magic, he will help us and push us through the wall and through the ground to the last part of the level. And that's the skip. We used, of course, the bot to make it as fast as possible. Here we open the door. Here we are hurt by the chompers for some reason. And now we are here in this last part, making time for the mouse to appear. Normally here you will feel trapped because the door is closed and you don't know what's going to happen. You have no exit, but the mouse will appear. Sent by the princess to save the day. You exit this part doing some kind of air walking, and then you jump towards the end. And we saved, I don't know, a minute, something like this. Level 9. Before I said level 3 is still widely uncracked. Level 9 is the longest level in the game. And we have found small skips, so small scale skips. And basically only at the end. In level 9, you have to touch a loose tile to keep a door open such that at the end you're not trapped. We found a way to not need to take this loose tile down because we can use a guard to go through the door. You will see that in due time. But other than that, we haven't found any time-saving techniques other than just optimizing the correct route. So this level is one of the also one of the last pain points, and one day we will find a way to crack it. And we have tried everything. We have tried for hours. We have explored the whole map. We have analyzed, studied, whatever you want. There's no way to crack this. All of the guards are positioned in places that are very hard to exploit. So yeah, okay, let's watch it. What you're going to see is a perfect execution of the normal route. Many players can do this. If they're inspired and well practiced, this is very much replicable. I think GMP has their current record. He saw the TAS and he did exactly what you're going to see. We ignored this guard, jump exactly to end up here. Winter Thunder was the first one to perform level 9 gate skip on speedrun.com. Yes. Poggers. Also, I want to shout out, 1 second. So here we skip the guard. I want to do a shout out to Wolfadown from Down Under, who just recently, yesterday, beat the world record for this game after 8 months of Higlac domination. I urge you to go to speedrun.com/pop1 and watch the new world record because it's amazing. It's TAS level, it's top quality, world class. I hope it's not going to last too much because there's, I guess, fierce competition, but I don't see it going down anytime soon. So we just continue through the level. Normally, we try to optimize every motion. Here we jump specifically at this point to fall down. Here we do a specific trick to get here. To disable the jumper, you can see if you do it specifically, the jumper is completely disabled. So you can open the doors and continue to the end. And the end will be the only trick in this level where we use the guard to hit us, and when he hits us, we can pass through the door that we should have opened before, but we didn't, and we are there right in the end. That's level 9 for you. Level 10, another extremely exploited level. It's not too long normally, originally, but you have to do some weird stuff that involves going into the ceiling and walking over loose tiles to skip part of the level. It's not a skip, but it's some kind of nice thing that Jordan Mechner imagined to solve a level, that you go through the ceiling. But basically, we do go through the ceiling, but through the floor. So you're going to see a very weird skip called integer overflow skip. This was explained in Guitar Hero, in the Guitar Hero run. Here we turn back and we jump here, we climb, we go through the top, and then we fall down. And let me show that again. If you missed it, we skip the guard, we go here, but we turn around to jump exactly at the point where we can grab the ledge, but then overflow to the ceiling and get to the basically skip half of the level. Here we find a guard that we will also exploit. Now, spoilers, we will use this guard to make us skip the door. The way you open the door normally is that you push the tile on right above the door, and so the opening tile is right there. But since there's a guard, you always have to kill the guard before you can do that, because otherwise, if you are distracted and want to open the door, he's gonna come and kill you. So what we want to do is cross the door with the help of the guard, but for some weird geometry. So if you see the game, there's kind of isometry, so it's kind of diagonally positioned, such that if you want to skip a door to the right, it's easier than if you want to skip a door to the left. And to skip a door to the left, you have to do a specific motion called the YOLO skip. Shoutouts to YOLO 40G. I don't know if he discovered this, but he was the first one to apply this to this door, and then it became mainstream. So we are going to use the card to do this, and you will see it's not as easy as it was in the other doors. You do have to do some moonwalking, get the sword out in, and then he helps us go through the door. Final part, we bump against the wall to get a fast recovery. We skip the card and we leave him there staring at the stairs. Okay, that's level 10. It's very much exploited. I don't think there's any more ground to cover other than just try to improve some RNG. Level 11 is also a tough nut to crack because it's mainly horizontal, and when there's a purely horizontal layout, it's hard to skip down or up, like you have seen in level 8 and 7. But anyway, we have worked things out to improve the efficiency. Hey, Carl. And this is a one way to get down without too much delay. We get hit, we get fall damage, but we bounce against the door to skip the pain animation. Then this guy, we try to jump across and get positions that we can jump again, and then do the best execution of this part, which includes not getting hit by the falling tile. Now we get to this point, and the solution you will see now is not the most efficient, it's not the fastest, but when I discovered it and I imagined it, I think it was so interesting, and it was so poetic, I would say. Allow me to use these words, if I may, that I could not put it into TAS. I knew I was losing around 1.5 seconds, but if I may say, the entertainment component was so high that I could not leave it out. So when you watch the run for Guitar Hero, you saw Belcheran push the guard towards the ground, and then when you come back from opening the door, you can just jump around him. What I want to do here instead is make the guard, if I may say it, my little bitch. And I want him to open the door for me. I don't want to get dirty with those kind of tasks. So I will ask him politely to do this favor and allow me to exit the level without doing any other thing than just moving myself around. So let's make this guard our bitch by falling a little bit and then fooling him, getting him, hitting him, and then he will walk toward us and press the open door, and then we are out of this level with his help. So that's how you make a guard your bitch. Okay, level 12, again, not too much of exploitation compared to what you have seen in normal RTA runs. Only good execution, but good execution is very easy to do in this level. The known trick in this level is to use, again, the integer overflow that you have seen in level 10, which is extremely convenient how it works here, but because you skip a very frustrating, very error-prone part of the level, and then you're right there with the shadow. So then again, this is normal execution. You have to go past. So this is a nice touch by Jordan, because now you see the skeleton, you say, again, and then the skeleton never does anything, but it's a scare tactic, let's say. And then you come here, and instead of coming left like you should, you go up, and then you jump. Call this is version 1.0 because this is SDL pop, basically. Well, this is so this emulation here is JRPC, which is the accepted emulation for DOS on TAS videos, but we use version 1.0 because A is the one that SDL pop uses, and B is the only one for which we could make Sound Blaster work. In 1.4, we can only use PC Speaker, which is very bad. So here we face our shadow, the Jungian shadow, let's say, ourselves, the bad part of ourselves, with which we have to unify ourselves to be a whole again. Very Jungian, very Freudian thing is. And instead of grabbing well, we do grab the sword, but we turn here and we merge with the shadow before it can do anything with us. And then exactly at the perfect frame, we can do jump into the void and not die. Here we continue running, and the manipulation of RNG by the bot set us such that none of these loose tiles will fall onto us. Perhaps it was just luck, and the RNG seed that with which we started was already good enough. And here, there's a very nice last trick that the TAS has for you. So let me do a little bit of a lore again. To the right of us is Jafar, the end enemy of the game. Normally, you would meet him. He's hard to beat, but he's beatable, and he has 6 health points. And when you kill him, this door opens for you to meet your princess. What the runners discovered, and I think this is a little bit of a Jordan thing as well, is that you can push Jafar to the death by making him step on the loose tile, and that's effectively proven to be the fastest way to kill him. But then again, there is another way. When you meet Jafar, there's a music that plays. It's a kind of fanfare, a presentation music. While this music is playing, he will not react. And when you're playing this game and you don't have your sword out and you get hit, you die. So there's an if statement in the code that says if the character doesn't have the sword out, the character dies upon getting hit. This doesn't apply to the kid only, so the prince only, but also to Jafar. And this is something we have hypothesized, GMP and I. What happens if you were to hit Jafar before he gets on guard? And first we tried with manipulation, so we manipulated the position of the kid to get close to Jafar as soon as possible and hit him, and in fact he died. He died in one hit. But then again, okay, this is fun to know, but it's not used for it. But turns out, if you do the motion that you will see, if you exit the screen again, the fanfare will sound again. And you can get closer to Jafar by doing this. And now that you're closer, you can jump, and just at the last frame, you can hit Jafar to heal him in one hit. This is what you're going to observe. Unfortunately, perhaps this strategy is 3 or 4 frames slower than just throwing Jafar to the ground, but I think it's so entertaining, it's so fascinating that I couldn't leave it out. So, without further ado, we get in, we step a little bit, we get out, we jump, we kill Jafar, and he's dead. Music doesn't play because we have disabled it because we want to avoid transitions, but the music is there anyway, believe me. We do it so fast that we go through the door. We go through the door. See? And this is very fun. And that's CG, yes. When Jafar dies, the timer is stopped, and then we go and do as fast as possible, get into the princess room to beat the game. And that's it. That's the task for now. This task will be improved in the short future, but who knows when that will be. All right. I hope you had fun. And this was months of our lives. This is my 2021, but it will get better.
Congrats, and I also can take this opportunity to say good job to you, good job to Krem, good job to everyone involved in this task. Honestly, like I followed it like from far, but it's pretty insane how much work you guys did. Honestly, like it's insane. So congrats to all of you, and I'm really glad like we could have it shown at PoPRuns with your explanation. Honestly.
My pleasure. It was so fun. And thanks for the GGs, by the way.
Yeah, barely subestimate. Phew. But yeah, like honestly, good job, everyone. I hope that everyone enjoy it. So unfortunately, that was the last one. We see you like as a presentator, like as someone who shows something like during the marathon. Any final word?
For me, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching, and thank you for organizing. And I hope next year we can do it in person, because why not? I mean, it's about a community, and it's very nice if we can see each other to the face and have a laugh together.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Ian. And yeah,
Thank
so
you.
we will go into a quick intermission, and then we will have the Forgotten Saint with a steering wheel.